And welcome back to the Members Only Thursday Live. It's been a couple of weeks. I'm going to give everybody a chance to get into the live chat. I hope everybody is doing well. I do appreciate your patience and sticking around and sticking with me, even though I had to take a little bit of a step back from the Thursday Live. And so last week went pretty well. I did have the funeral that I had to attend to for my uncle. It was out of town, and so we got a little overnight getaway in a hotel, which was kind of nice. And there was just like this huge energy of completion connected to family cycles for me. I got to reconnect with my brother. It had been a couple of years, and so that was really nice. There was no family drama. It was just a wonderful time considering what I had to go out of town for. So, hello, Jolene. Welcome in. Welcome in. So, today we have the spring equinox portal. So, the spring equinox portal is equal amounts of light and darkness, right? It is the turning point I feel we've all been waiting for after a very long and I just want to say shadowy winter, right? I think a lot of us did a lot of deep reflection and shadow work throughout the winter months. Hello, Zandra. Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, Regine. Welcome in. It is so good to see everybody. Feels so good to be back. And so today I had to really sit with what decks I wanted to use because of the energy of the equinox. And I don't know about the rest of you. Let me know how you've been feeling, but the pressure, oh my gosh, like the energy, the pressure around my third eye and my upper chakras has been pretty intense, almost feeling like coming down with a cold, and it just never seems to come. And I know my oldest is homesick today. The energy's been feeling like a lot of pressurized shifts is really what it feels like because we're in between eclipse portals. So the decks I chose today, I did choose, we're going to kick it off with the Angels and Auras deck because it does have a dualistic nature. There's the shadow and the light qualities on each card. I have all of the cards placed upright in the deck, but we're going to talk about the integration of the shadow and light aspects with these oracle messages. I did choose the Tarot of Dreams deck. Oh, look at that, Queen of Wands. I chose the Tarot of Dreams deck just because of the I love, I'm not sure which deck. I don't know if it's the Angels and Auras or the Tarot of Dreams, but I love them both. But I like this Tarot of Dreams deck because of the astrology messages that can come through with this deck. And then we're going to close it off with a message from the Spiritual Journey Oracle deck. It's one of my staples. It's one of my favorites. So let me know how you're all feeling in between these eclipse portals. I'm feeling pretty good. But like I said, we're kind of midway point between these eclipses. So I think anything is possible between now and next Friday. So next Friday during the live, we're going to focus on what's being eclipsed out. And I'm really going to have to sit with those decks. But let's jump right in. You know the drill. We're going to start off with Aries. We're going to finish with Pisces. You can apply this to your sun, your moon, your rising sign. And if you know your chart pretty intricately, you can apply it to your Venus, your Jupiter, even your North Node. So any messages that you feel drawn to listen to, there's likely going to be somewhere where you can apply it in your birth chart. But let's get right in and let's get a message for my Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. So I'm going to put these back in. 4 fell out. So 4 might be a significant number for you, Aries. 4 is the energy of divine protection. You're good now. Yesterday, I always got stiff. I have been waking up with a lot of stiff energy too around my shoulders and my neck and my throat, which is very interesting because I'm a Taurus and I'm ruled by the throat. And so a lot of pressure around there too. So I don't know if that's connected to the Taurus collective or what, but we got a card out for you, Aries. And this equinox portal is really saying it's time to go. It's time to go, Aries. It's a 41 card, and 41 is connected to the Ace of Cups in the tarot. Where do you need to love yourself enough to complete some type of cycle? It's like your bags are already packed. I just want to say you're already checked out. Maybe you need to go on vacation. Maybe you just need to take a step back. We see the passport there, but I feel this is a message of completion. And if you've been looking for some type of confirmation, Aries, this is it. It's time to exit a situation, right? And so upright it saying, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to transform. I'm peacing out. I'm completing a cycle. I'm exiting this situation. But on the shadow side, it speaks of stagnation, wandering, questioning, and a dead end. And so, if you know in your heart of hearts there's a dead end situation here, then maybe it's time to just pack up and go, right? And so, I think there could be a little bit of resistance. And maybe come the eclipse energy in a week's time, it's going to be overdue time to go, right? So eclipses kind of come to eclipse people, places, and things out of our lives. And I do feel this is probably connected to either a dead end relationship, a dead end job, or maybe it's just time to leave a certain home situation behind where you're currently living at. But it's saying it's time to exit this situation, I think, before spirit kind of pushes you out the door. And it requires self-love, right? It requires an Ace of Cups energy in order to love yourself enough to leave something behind. And so slow and steady wins the race. This is Virgo energy. And so I think it really is time to put in the hard work. And it might take a lot of hard work, and it might take you a long time to get to where it is you need to go. But it's really time to go. Whenever I hear the phrase time to go, I always think of that Taylor Swift song, Time to Go. You know when it's time to leave a friendship behind that's expired. You know when it's time to pick up the tab at a dinner event when the chatter has grown old or cold. You know when it's time to leave a relationship behind when you've begged and begged somebody to give you what you're worth and they just can't do it. And so I think Virgo was saying, the Virgo energy of the Knight of Coins is saying it's time to take the lead of a situation. It's time to put in the hard work to build a solid foundation after leaving something behind that I think you've probably been questioning for quite some time. Okay, Aries. So what is the spiritual journey advice card for you? Guidance from spirit. Hey girl, hey. Oh my goodness, it is so good to see you, Kate. It's been weeks since you've been able to join the live. Welcome in. It's too bad that it's a sick day, but I'm glad to see you here. Kenzie's homesick too today, so there's definitely something going around. We're on Aries, and so the advice card for Aries, Kate, is it says you're in a tough situation. And spirit is ready to offer you that guidance. So I think there's a big energy of going within today, finding that balance and asking spirit for the guidance that you've been seeking, right? All of the answers that Aries you are seeking are definitely from within, but I do feel it is time to go. Okay, we're going to move on to Taurus next. Messages for Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. What do we got for Taurus today? I'm having such a hard time talking. This Mercury retrograde in my home sign of Aries is definitely affecting my communication skills. So bear with me, guys. What do we got for Taurus? We get Archangel Raziel, the rainbow. Okay, I feel a cycle here. I love this card. Look at, he's standing on the world. Whenever I see the energy of the world, yes, I'm so glad you're here, Kate. Whenever I see the energy of the world, I think a cycle is coming to completion, right? Look at the rainbow colors on Archangel Raziel. So I don't know if you're integrating the spiritual completion of some type of an ascension process. I do feel because it's connected to the 8 card. Interesting, right? Some tarot decks consider the strength card connected to the number 8, and some tarot decks consider the justice card connected to the 8. So there's an alchemy. I want to say there's an alchemy going on here for you today, Taurus, connected to enlightenment, being adaptable, being soulful, and being connected. And then on the flip side, there's a need to look at the shadow side of skepticism, rigidity, materialistic pursuits, and maybe you're just feeling a little bit detached, right? And so we all need to be provided for because we do live in a material world, right? I'm a material girl living in a material world, but I do feel there could be maybe a rigid belief here that needs to be integrated as part of your enlightenment journey. Maybe you're too stiff. I know, Taurus, you are a fixed sign, and so the energy is saying be flexible, lean into any type of mutable energy you have in your chart. If you find yourself being a little bit too rigid or skeptical about what is being made manifest. But I feel this energy. I really do feel this energy of like rainbow blessings. So let's see what the tarot card is. And I do feel like, look at that. I just got to say, Archangel Raziel is holding that lantern, almost like the hermit. So I feel like a deep internal soul searching journey is like coming to completion, almost like the balancing of that. And the tarot card is the chariot, Cancer energy. I just want to say by Cancer season, I feel it's going to be full steam ahead. We're not that far away from Cancer season now that we're in spring energies, right? And so I just feel you are finding your determination, your willpower, your drive to go forward and to maybe work through any overburdensome emotions that are arising. So it might feel like a bit of like a dance or a spiral right now, but ultimately there are blessings coming forward. And so I also feel too with the Cancer energy, it brings forward this like this balancing, I want to say, of the yin and the yang. It's kind of like the yin and the yang type energy. And so you're going full steam ahead. I do feel you're going full steam ahead. And so I want to say, like, grab the reins, go ahead, and trust that there is probably a soulful connection around the corner. So what is the spiritual journey oracle message for Taurus? You are about to have a breakthrough. If that doesn't align perfectly with the chariot, I don't know what does. And so you are about to find a solution to your transformation journey. I just feel this is a strong message about all of your hard work, all of your perseverance. It's about to pay off, and I'm feeling that too. It feels so good to be back in the groove, creating and finding that determination to keep going forward despite the challenges, right? That's the chariot. And I do got to remind you, Taurus, only an emperor or an empress rides in the chariot. So I feel almost like a balancing of your inner masculine and feminine energies. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling rigid, if you're kind of a little bit skeptical about the path moving forward, there is going to be a solution and you are going to have that breakthrough right shortly. Yes, I know. I'm feeling it too. I'm feeling it too. Okay. Gemini, you are up next. What do we got for Gemini? Sun, moon, rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. That one come out pretty significantly. Look at all the blue. You are ruled by the throat too a little bit because you're ruled by Mercury. Okay, and so there is Archangel Michael working with you. I just feel this too is a message connected to Jupiter in Gemini, right? Jupiter in Gemini is all about like taking in all kinds of information, higher study, higher learning. The card actually says wise, honest, trustworthy, and observant. The shadowy element to the card is fearful, disappointment, guarded, and self doubting. So don't doubt the knowledge that you have. Don't doubt the value that you can bring forward when you speak your truth and you share your truth. The energy of Gemini really is the energy of the teacher and the student simultaneously, right? And so for those of you that have any major Gemini placements in your chart, like myself, a Venus and Gemini in my fourth house, you know that it's the energy of being that observer, but it's also the energy of sharing what you've observed. And so the shadowy side of Gemini is almost like being a gatekeeper, right? We're not here to gatekeep our observations or our knowledge or our truth. And so if you are doubting sharing your truth, sharing the messages that you've been receiving, because I do think Archangel Michael is also helping you cut through some cords or unhook through some patterns. You need to trust. And so this is about honest, trustworthy advice. Maybe you are receiving advice. And if you are, then I want to say it's trustworthy, it's honest, and you can trust the advice that you're getting. But if you are going through a disappointment, work through the fear of that because of it being a six card. You are on the journey to balance and harmony, and so there is almost like a lover's quality, which is also connected to Gemini energy. And the lovers really is a deep spiritual connection. And so if you're questioning a connection, if you're fearful of deep intimacy, work through those blocks. Okay, so let's see what the tarot card is that we're going to pair with this for you, Gemini. I love it. It come flying out just like the Archangel Michael card. It came flying out and it flew out in reversed. And so there it is, breaking the pain, breaking through the pain. I want to say breaking through the pain, breaking through the illusions and unhooking yourself, right? So the Eight of Swords is basically the devil card in the minor arcana. And so there's the expansion energy. So aligned with the fact that Jupiter is actually in Gemini, and this is for you, Gemini. And so if you've been going through like a portal of taking in information, right? This is about authenticity. There are two sides to you, Gemini. You are the sign of duality. And I know at times Gemini energy can be difficult to work with because it does have a Jekyll and Hyde quality, right? But I think you're finding the balance between the two sides of your energy. And there is like this bubble being burst. There is authenticity here. It's like you're breaking free from the doubt. You're breaking free from, I feel, this onslaught of taking in information, right? With that retrograde energy, and now it's time to go forward and speak that truth. And so after the 8 does come the 9 of swords, and so I do think there could be some overwhelming fear about publicly speaking. I think that could be a message too, but you got to trust that you too have wise, honest, trustworthy advice to give to people. Okay, so we're going to get you a spiritual journey oracle card to pair with this, Gemini. What do we got for Gemini? What is kind of like the advice card? The void. That feels about right. The void. And so you haven't quite completed an old cycle, and you're not quite in the new cycle. And so we kind of got to go through that void where there's a gap, or there's that space that we create before we fully step into the new. And so right now, things are working behind the scenes, things are shifting below the surface, and you're probably sensing it. And right now, you kind of just got to let it be. So just sit in stillness, just sit in that energy of taking in information, being the observer, and trusting that when the time is right, you're going to be set free and you're going to be able to go full steam ahead. Okay, Gemini. Cancer. Cancer is up next. All right, let's get a message for Cancer, please. What do we got from my Cancer collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node soul groups. So I don't know if there is a coming together or you are uniting a group of souls. I heard women's circle. Maybe you're launching a women's circle. And so it's a 37 card. I do feel a King of Cups quality. And so we can embody that masculine energy. I just feel there's drive, there's determination along with reception. And so there could be a reunion, or there could be multiple connections coming into some type of reunion in a soul group setting. I really feel that for you, Cancer. And so if you've been thinking about starting a group or a women's group or like a soulful group, this is your confirmation to say yes. Go for it. Go for it. And so you don't need that validation. Go for it. I do feel there's some really beautiful connections in and around you that spirit is kind of bringing forward for you, Cancer. And so if you're feeling lonely, if you feel this emptiness inside, or maybe you're feeling like, hey, everybody keeps overlooking me. Maybe I'm misunderstood. Work through those fears, because you've got a lot of people around you. You've got so much support around you. I don't even think you realize how much support is surrounding you, okay? So let's get a tarot card for Cancer. Okay, yeah, don't doubt your abilities to create with the Magician reverse. So you could have some prominent Gemini, Virgo in your chart. But I just feel you're doubting all of the tools that you have to create a successful group. I feel like a soul group. And so don't doubt your abilities to create. I want to say don't deceive yourself. You're not actually being overlooked if that's how you feel. It's just maybe not your time to step into the spotlight right now. But I do feel there's some type of leadership quality here, and there's a need to shed an old pattern connected to feeling misunderstood before you can go forward in this connection of a group of souls of some sort, if that makes sense. So let's get a spiritual journey oracle card for you, Cancer, imparting wisdom. There you are. So don't doubt the wisdom and the knowledge that you have, because the Magician upright has all of the tools, has all of the wisdom. They alchemize all of the elements, and they know that they are a conscious co-creator. And so I feel there's like one last hitch of releasing some type of old belief pattern before you fully step into being a leader or imparting wisdom within a group setting. And so your ancestors are watching over you. Connect with them. When I see all of these feathers, it's almost like the divine is bringing a group of you together So you've got to trust that. There's also this energy of completing an old cycle, I want to say. And so really go within and connect with your ancestors. What would they tell you to help you work through self-doubt, and really sit with that, I feel, is a message for you today. Okay, Cancer? All right, let's move on to Leo next. I got my little paper here with my list of zodiacs today. What do we got for Leo? What is the message that needs to come through for Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. We get a wise decision. Oh, like, look at the beauty on this card. Kids are home today too. Yeah, sometimes you just need a day off. We've really had a slow paced day today over here, Kate. We did the homeschooling this morning, but we definitely didn't stick to a very strict routine this morning, and sometimes that's okay. So, that is such a sweet boy. You tell Tommy that was so sweet. I always look nice up here, but don't kid yourself. I got them stretchies on down below, and I'm going to be putting a hoodie on after the live. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Tommy. Okay, Leo, let's get back to you, Leo. We get the wise decision. So I just want to like clap for you, Leo. I just want to clap for you. I want to say like kudos to you. You've done it. You've done something. You've accomplished something. And look at all of the angels and the ancestors supporting you. It's like you've got the support of thousands of ancestors that came before you saying, yes, 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 keep going. You've made a wise decision here. Leo, it's a 42 card. So I do feel a Two of Cups energy as well coming through. And so I don't know what's going on here, but I think you're receiving accurate guidance. Maybe you're even giving accurate guidance. I just feel you're being validated for all of the work that you've done on your spiritual journey. That's what I feel for you, Leo. And so maybe you've been working on organizing your home. Maybe that's what you need to do today. But I feel this very brilliant energy surrounding my Leo collective. You are the light, Leo. You represent the light, vitality. You're ruled by the sun. And so the shadow element is misinformed, rethink, disarray, and overlooked. So you're not overlooked either. You got people clapping for you. You don't even know how many people support you that stand behind you, not only on the other side, but in the physical world. Okay, Leo? So you really got to trust that you are receiving accurate information. You are maybe working through an energy of a little bit of disarray or disorganization here, but everything is going to be coming together. And so I almost feel too like a Six of Wands energy, like victory. And so if you've been looking for that validation to keep going, because whatever you're doing, yes, this is a wise decision. I almost feel too this energy of the Hierophant. So I don't know if you're breaking the mold, breaking traditions, going your own way, I heard. So what else needs to come through for Leo? It just feels so good. And with all of the purple on the card, I think like you're receiving accurate downloads or accurate messages through signs, synchronicities, meditation, and your guides. And there it is. There's that 10 of Wands. And so, yeah, it's like the completion, the burden. It's done. Just let it go. It's like you've gone through that coming to Jesus moment and you've laid down the burden, and now it's time to trust that it's no longer yours to carry. So I don't know if you've done like some ancestor healing connected to repetitive patterns throughout your ancestral lineage, but it's almost like congratulations, Leo, you've done it. You've succeeded. You've completed a karmic lesson, and now it's time to go towards the next level of your expansion, is what that's feeling like for you, Leo. So let's see what the spiritual journey card has to say. Spend some time alone. Just really go within today, disconnect. Go within into that quiet space, that inner space of introspection, and disconnect and turn it off. Turn off your electronics, get off of social media for the day, and just be with yourself, because there is like a major release, a major completion happening for you. So I don't know if even you're like closing out like a 10-year cycle, but this is going to lead you. What I want to say is this is going to lead you to the Ace of Cups. I feel it's leading you to the Ace of Cups, because when we put down the Wands, I do believe the next suit we go to is the Cups. And so there's a new beginning in love here, and it is going to bring in a soulmate if you've been asking for that. If that's not what you're asking for, maybe it's just a deepening of a connection that you're already in, but there's a completion here. So spend that time within today, okay, Leo? Okay, Virgo, what do we got for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node? I can't wait to see. I'm a Virgo moon. Most of you know that. So what do we got for Virgo? Everything's okay. 444. You are protected. You are divinely protected. You are waiting to receive some big, big news. So I don't know if it's coming in the mail, in the snail mail, or if it's coming through the divine. But the universe is saying, get ready to receive. I need a drink of water for this one. Get ready to receive. Everything's okay. It's a 22 card, and so there's that energy of the Fool. You are about to embark on a brand new journey. So where can you take that leap of faith? And so that's the whole energy that today carries, is the energy of the Fool. So if you're needing reassurance, this is it. That support, that guidance is all around you. You've got angelic protection all around you. So if we take 444, we add it together, we get 12. So there's a hanged man quality coming through when it comes to shifting of perspective. And then we add 12 together, 1 and 2 together, we get 3. And so you're stepping into Empress territory is what I feel for you, Virgo. So release the disbelief. If you've been alone for a while, and that is the energy of Virgo, that is the energy of the Hermit. It's a very solitary path with maybe a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you're dealing with working through frustration. I know I was a couple of nights ago, just, oh, I was so frustrated. I was like, I'm just going to give up. And then I was like, no, I picked myself back up the next day and I kept going. And I found a great solution to growing through technology, right? And so the divine always brings you exactly what you need in the right moment. And so you're not overseen either. Trust, there's big news coming. You might have to wait a little bit, but there's news coming. There's news arriving, and it's going to be big, big, big news. Okay, so what is the tarot card for Virgo? Big, big news. Oh my goodness. We get the Palace of Swords. And for those of you that know me, I read a lot of these cards intuitively. I always call the Palace of Swords, the Palace of Wands, any of the Palace cards. It's that Ace of Swords energy on steroids. And so this is like just confirmation. Yes, yes, yes. Whenever like an Ace of Swords or an Ace of anything comes out after I deliver a message, that is Spirit saying spot on. That's exactly it. So this is huge. Whatever this is coming through for you, Virgo, it's huge. I don't know what it is. It's news though. It's news. It can be a blessing. It can be a windfall. It can be an inheritance. But it is like the Ace of Swords on steroids here. So if you've been waiting for a message from somebody, it's coming in, and it's going to be like the whole truth and nothing but the truth. If you've been manifesting abundance, it's coming. The answer is yes. So what is the spiritual journey oracle card for Virgo? Your spiritual path, whatever this is, this news, this receiving, it's going to support your spiritual path. It's going to support your greater purpose, Virgo. And so keep exploring your avenues of creation. Keep embracing your higher self, because I think like this is the push that you've been waiting for. So balance out those energies, put all of that faith and trust in the divine, because you are so supported. If you knew how supported you were, what would you choose to do for your spiritual path? So that's what I got for you, Virgo. That was pretty freaking amazing. All right, what do we got for Leo next? Or no, Libra. Sorry, Libra. What do we got for Libra? The sign of balance, the sign of the scales. Messages for Libra. Career transition. I love it. You are leaving, what I want to say, you are leaving corporate America behind. You are leaving corporate Canada behind. Wherever it is in the world, you are done with the corporate life. You are going into some type of spiritual practice here. You are being guided by your angels to go forward. And so you are walking through the doorway of a whole new career transition. That's what the message is today. And so there's exciting change around the corner. For you, Libra, there's going to be a new opportunity. And what I want to say is spiritual advancement. So the shadow side is stagnant, bored, scarcity, and stuck. So if that's where you're at, and I know I've been there too, because we do have Lilith in its final trek through Libra. I believe it's next week. I didn't bring my little binder down, but I do believe it's next week that Lilith will be moving in to Scorpio. And so we're almost done with Lilith and Libra, and the shadow side of Lilith and Libra, it can be stuck, it can be boredom, it can be scarcity mindset, it can be indecision. And so if you've been on the fence about going full steam ahead with a spiritual path, a spiritual career, or even a business, you've got to trust that there's going to be new opportunities opening up for you over the next little bit. And you are spiritually advancing. And so it's time to pack up that old version of yourself and to go towards, I feel, being a healer. I did also notice it is a 17 card. So I think healing, right? I think you're a healer of some sort, whether it's through your words, your actions, or your touch. This transition is huge. The 9 of coins. There you are, Miss Independently Owned and Operated Libra. It is connected to Virgo. So I don't know if you've got some major Virgo in your chart, but this transition is divinely guided. I think you've got a couple of spirit guides connecting to you to bring something full circle. And so I just feel keep speaking from the heart. I do feel whatever you put your heart and soul into, whatever it is you're passionate about, it's going to grow. It's going to be abundant. And I do feel like almost like an advancement of your divine feminine mission is what's coming through for you, Libra. And it will grow. There is like a lot of fruitful energy here, okay? So what is the spiritual journey oracle message for Libra? What do we got for Libra? Light worker. That's it. I'm sure you already know that you are a light worker, Libra. You are a powerful, powerful being here to shine your healing light on humanity. And so I think you're up in the game as some type of light worker, as some type of healer. And if you're still stuck in the 3D world of work, get ready to leave that behind, okay? All right, Scorpio is up next. Let's get something good for Scorpio. It come out right away. What do we got for Scorpio? I love it. Scorpio, we get peace. It's a 28 card, and so you're kind of at a crossroads. I feel you've got a big decision to make coming up here, and this equinox portal is asking you to really connect to that inner journey, to find that balance, to clear. I think you're in a major portal of clearing some karma before moving forward, and so it's time to untether yourself. Where are you feeling disconnected or maybe even super vulnerable to what is coming up to be transmuted? Maybe you're just unaware. And so it's like a big shift is happening. It's almost like something is coming full circle. You notice we got the circle around this person, and it's almost like a Merkaba activation is what I want to say, but you're still boxed in, I think, to an old pattern here, but you are headed towards journeying towards peace and balance. And so stay connected, get grounded, trust that you are going through a major clearing, and there is going to be a big decision to make coming up here. So what is the tarot card? Look at, we get the 3 of Cups. I'm going to take it upright, connected to Cancer. And so I don't know if you're clearing third party energy, and third party can be people, places, or things, but I feel this is a clearing for you to fully step into authenticity, right? We see the masks on the card. The masks to me represent, be aware of people in and around you, Scorpio, that do wear a mask, people that maybe lack authenticity. And so it is about taking the mask off. It is about loving yourself enough to notice the falsities around you. And maybe you do need to disconnect from that, right? And in order to actually be authentic and to create authentic connections, it does require emotional vulnerability. And so maybe that is another path that you are learning to clear, connected to not being completely vulnerable. You are a deep, deep fixed water sign. Or maybe you're dealing with somebody that has not been emotionally available. But this is about utter authenticity here. And so maybe you are unaware of somebody around you that is wearing a mask. And that could be another message coming through for you, Scorpio. But let's get a spiritual journey oracle card to pair with this for you. We get 2. Open to receive and your higher self. And so your higher self is saying, hey, really open up to the messages coming through, because this is all about dismissing the ego and releasing people that still kind of are in those egoic timelines, those egoic patterns. And we do need an ego to get up every single day, or we wouldn't get up, we wouldn't shower, and we wouldn't take care of ourselves. But it's about using the ego through a state of gratefulness and joy and loving compassion. And so I think there's clarity coming. There is a need to be open to receiving joy, open to receiving balance. But I think you're going through a major rebalancing, and it's almost like the final shedding, the final clearing before something really good comes in. Okay, Scorpio. Sagittarius is up next. We'll get a message for my Saggies. What do we got for Sag? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. Archangel Jophiel. It's a pink card. It's a 5 card. And so I think you are just being called to go deep into self-care today. We look at all of the things around her. It's like she's in manifestation mode big time. And so there's affirmations, there's candles, there's this free energy of just like being connected to self, being connected to the higher power, because they're showing me the Hierophant. And so this equinox portal for you is about affirming you are love. You are enough. You matter, Sagittarius, okay? It's about compassion. It's about self-care. It's about simplifying your life and seeing the beauty all around you. The shadow side is the caretaker energy, chaotic, self-critical, and shame. So maybe you're a caretaker for somebody. Maybe, well, most of us have kids. Not all of us, though. But maybe you're a caretaker for a parent and things are feeling chaotic. Maybe you are finding yourself being overly self-critical, because we can say, I am love, or we can say, I am not worthy, right? And so really watch the way that you're speaking to yourself. Are you speaking words of love and encouragement, or are you being overly self-critical due to some type of unresolved shame? And so maybe that's coming up in the energies connected to this equinox portal. Maybe you don't feel like you can. I'm telling you, you can, Sagittarius. You can do anything, okay? So let's get, oh yeah, you can do anything. But I think you're in this process, Sagittarius, and Virgo actually is an energy that would create a square aspect to Sagittarius in a birth chart. But this to me is saying you are in the process of deep, deep soul searching. This is the process of re-identifying with self, shining a light on all of these shadowy elements of shame. And if Virgo isn't a sign of self-criticism, I don't know what is. But I think there's like an inner chaos, or even like an inner resentment to being a caretaker for somebody that you need to work through. And so there's wisdom. There's wisdom in working through these negative aspects and bringing them back into the light, knowing that you are capable, you are love, you are worthy. I feel a spiritual healer, a spiritual teacher is being birthed in you, Sagittarius. You are ruled by Jupiter. And I think right now you're kind of just sitting on the edge or sitting on the ledge of something really great. You're just not quite over that hump yet. So really take that energy within and meditate today. And this could be connected to a pattern, right? Or a belief system. So let's get you a spiritual journey oracle card. Incoming messages. I feel these are messages from your guides, your angels, and this is why you need to kind of sit in stillness and sit in that connection to receive. I feel a big message of receiving. And so there could also be a physical message, a text message, an email coming in that you're not expecting, that is going to have a lot of significance to it connected to your journey. But right now you just got to listen intently. You got to go within. Sag, you got to listen intently to your higher self, to the messages that are coming through from the divine, and center yourself, because there could be an unexpected phone call that could shift everything as well. Okay, Sagittarius? Capricorn is up next. Let's see what needs to come through for Capricorn. Look at that divine self come flying right out. Look at the light radiating off of you, Capricorn. It's a 2 card, and so there's like an inner high priestess. So interesting. At first glance, I gotta say, at first glance, I thought, what is that, like a hatchet or an axe? But it looks like a trumpet. So I think you're kind of being called, you're being called to something higher, Capricorn. You are ruled by Saturn. So take a look at your Saturn placement in your chart if you are like a Capricorn rising, because your whole chart ruler would be Saturn then. And look to where that house is of Saturn in your birth chart, because this is where you are being called on your mission work. And so I don't know if you're indecisive, if you are in this energy of feeling scattered or unnerved, but there's the ego here that you're struggling to release when it comes to your connection to spirit. It's an earthly energy, right? And so Capricorn, because it is Saturnian energy, can find it very difficult to get into the flow of that divine connection, that intuition, and that balance. But I just feel like a great big energy of almost like a light body activation. And so, what is this all about? You're at a crossroads for sure. Birthing a new creative life. And so a divine feminine activation is happening for you. So we get Taurus, we get Libra energy. Those are both ruled by Venus. And so I just feel there's an energy. We see this little cosmic baby, and it's like an energetic cosmic baby being birthed through you. And this is about stepping into your worth and your value, knowing that you hold immeasurable worth and value, Capricorn, and it's really time to just shine that light bright. You are being called to a higher divine purpose here. I feel a divine feminine purpose throughout these equinox energies and eclipse gateways. So you're like in the midway point of birthing a divine feminine mission is what I feel for you. And this is about finding your authentic voice. So remove those throat chakra blocks, Capricorn, to bring yourself back into balance. Whatever your intuition is telling you to do, you've got to speak up. You've got to speak your truth. You've got to express yourself openly and honestly. And we can do that without being harsh, without being rude, without being mean. We can find our truth and speak that truth, and we can speak it lovingly. And so maybe that's a message coming through for you, Capricorn, okay? All right, we're going to move on to Aquarius next. What do we got for my Aquarius collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node messages for Aquarius. And we're going to take it self-employment. So I don't know if you are already self-employed or if you're shifting from one self-employment path to a different self-employment path. It looks like we've got a hawk here on the card. It looks like, I know it's not quite a hummingbird, but the bright colors remind me of a hummingbird, and then almost like a blue jay. So there's a message coming. So it's a 34 card. So there is an 8 of Wands quality. Oh, yeah. So that's okay, though. Any place in the birth chart where you have these energies, you can apply it to any place in your birth chart. So this morning, actually, I just want to share a little tidbit. This morning, we were learning about plants for science class for Savvy, and we're going to try and germinate seeds and plant our own flowers again this year. Last year, we did sunflowers, and they turned out great, but we didn't get them in the ground soon enough, and I didn't have anywhere to plant them with enough sun for them to thrive outside. And so we're going to try germinating and planting our own flowers again this year. And the hummingbird, we learned that the hummingbird is a pollinator. So I just wanted to share that. I thought that was interesting. But the hawk, Aquarius, is saying, see the bigger picture. See the bigger picture. And so there's the hawk energy here that I feel is you. And you might have a choice between two here, because we see the two birds flying a little bit lower. There is this energy of commitment coming through for you, Aquarius. So I don't know if there is a reward coming, but I feel there's like a tentative agreement here, and you've reached your limit. It's almost like you've reached your limit, and it's like there's this energy of drudgery. So I don't know if you are already self-employed and it feels like drudgery, or if you're in a commitment and it feels like drudgery, and you're being given the chance to break free, to rise above, to fly free is what I want to say. But you're going to have to be resourceful. You're going to have to find your confidence to work through any fears and illusions with the moon. And so there is a major shift. I feel like all of the skeletons in the closet are going to be coming out here. Everything's going to be out on the table for everybody to see. I don't know if there's repressed emotions here about to come to the surface. We did just have that full moon eclipse about a week ago. It was last Friday. And then next Friday, we do have that new moon solar eclipse, which is a brand new cycle, a brand new beginning. We've got the Venus Cazimi happening this this weekend between Venus retrograde and the sun, and that is starting a brand new 8-year Venus cycle. So I think you're closing out an 8-year cycle. You're getting ready for something new. And so what is on the other side of this recommitment or employment shift is really a lot of uncertainty and fear is what I feel. And so you might not see the path forward clearly, but you're going to have to work through that fear and you're going to have to take a leap of faith. Okay, Aquarius. So what is the spiritual journey oracle card? Trauma and wounds. That's what I feel. It's like the skeletons in the closet are coming up. There's a deep familial pattern here connected to some type of commitment. And I do feel like I want to say there's like a tentative agreement here, almost like when unions want to go on strike, there's a tentative agreement that we have to make in order for people to still work or to go back to work. But I feel there is a negative repetitive pattern here, Aquarius, that is needing to be looked at, and these eclipses are saying you can't hide this anymore. You're going to have to work through this. There is, I feel, a healing relationship here for you, but there's also something that needs to be released connected to a repetitive pattern before you can go towards some type of communication is what this feels like. Okay, Aquarius? So that's what I got for you. And we're going to close it off with Pisces, last but not least. What needs to come through for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. All right, renewed connections. So we just finished Pisces season, right? And we are going to do a little bit of backtracking here with some of the Pisces energy with Venus retrograde and Mercury retrograde. They're both going to dip back into Pisces. And so I think there is a reconciliation and a reunion around the corner for you, Pisces, but there is a need for forgiveness here before this intimate connection can come forward. And so I think you are receiving telepathic communication through songs, through dreams. There could be an actual text message coming through. Spirit is sending you confirmation of this. And I do feel the flip side is there is an estranged connection here. You've been maybe holding a grudge connected to some type of separation and isolated energy. And so it's time to bring it right back into the heart because forgiveness is what is required for a reunion or reconciliation. And I do feel a 6 of Wands. And so victory after challenges. So I don't know if this has been a separation for like the last 6 years, the last maybe even 5 years, but there is a reconciliation here, and I think within the next 4 weeks is what that's feeling like for me. And we got 2 cards and they come in a split. Did you see that split? So there is some type of estrangement or separation. I'm getting like a shooting pain up this side of my arm, which is interesting. So on this side of the flip we get the King of Coins, and on this side of the flip we get the 5 of Cups. So we've got like a Mars and Scorpio energy and Taurus. And so look to the Taurus Scorpio axis in your housing side of your birth chart. That is where the lesson I think needs to be integrated. Okay. And so there is like a grudge or shame or regret that needs to be worked through, connected to a separation, especially if there was third party, Pisces, before a solid commitment can come in. But there is a stable, solid offer coming. This is a grounded offer. This is an offer that will last the test of time, but there is still a need to work through the negative emotions attached to a separation here. And so what is the spiritual journey oracle card? We get self-actualization. Holy cow. So you are on the road to achieving your fullest potential, Pisces. And so maybe there's a connection in the past where somebody took advantage of you. But now you are learning to use your strengths to your own advantage. And so I just feel when you complete that moment of awakening or self-actualization and clear that grudgery or that drudgery, that's when this reunion is coming in. So get ready for an offer, Pisces. And that is what I got. So that was fun. It was great to be back. Thank you all for participating and joining in today. Let me know how you're making out with the book of the month. I'm about halfway through Mary Magdalene Revealed. Pisces and Lilith. Yeah, that one hit me pretty hard too with my Pisces rising. Yeah. These energies really are what I feel is like a clearing. So there's a huge clearing. I've spoken to a lot of divine feminines on the path, and there's a lot of people from the past popping in. For I feel that final clearing, that final test. Did you learn your lesson? Are you still reacting, or have you evolved? And so trust what is being cleared right now, because I do feel there is a strong energy of reunion, union coming through for a lot of the twin flame counterparts, especially over the next 6 months. Eclipses can take up to 6 months to clear. So keep that in mind. Uh, Two Blue Jays. Wow. Wow. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I hear my little one upstairs about ready to throw a rage and tantrum. I don't know what the girls are arguing about. Good times. Good times. I'm sure she's hangry because it's like an hour past lunchtime for us. But let me know how you're making out with the book over in the Facebook group. I'm about halfway through. I'm hoping to get through that over the next week or so, and I'll be writing a review. Yeah, so, and I will be picking a book for next month, but I haven't even kind of dug or looked yet. But I better go before World War III starts upstairs. But I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Have a great day, everybody. Happy spring equinox, and have a great weekend. I'll see you all next time.